plaintiff, Tazada Crossan, is married to the defendant's brother, and they have never had any issues until now. Tazada claims she allowed her sister-in-law to drive her car, but instead her significant other, the co-defendant, drove the car and wrecked it, so she's suing. Defendants Jana Berry and Marquis Begley insist they are not significant others. They are simply friends. Jana insists she had permission to drive Tazada's car on the day of the accident, and she's countersuing because Tazada lied and told people that Jana stole the car.
Start with you.
I know the defendants. One of them is my sister-in-law, Marquis Begley. I've known her for about a couple of years now, close to almost 3 years. She's the sister to my husband Donovan. We really never really had too many issues up until recently of this year. I know her girlfriend, significant other, is because I've met her. I was 8 months pregnant the day before my baby shower. Later on, we had some issues because she caused damage to my vehicle.
That's what you're suing about today?
Yes.
And so that was the first issue that you all have had, and the only? First and only issue that
yes,
you
sir.
all have had? Okay. Now I'll let you give the details after they give some background. Ladies?
Tazada Crossan is my brother's wife. I've known her for the past probably 3 years now. I had a good relationship with the both of them. I've known Jana for the last 5 years. She's my friend, not significant other. And this situation came about because of her car.
Okay, good. I'm glad to hear you all. This is the first time you've acted a fool. Go ahead.
Well.
What happened?
What happened? Well, the situation was the defendant, Jana Berry, called me September 1st. She asked me because she brought my car to do something nice for her significant other, Marquis. She called me, wanted to go get a hotel room, to do something nice for her. That's my sister-in-law. I feel like, she deserves something nice. We went to go pick up the 4-year-old, and they wanted to, use the car because Marquis had to go to work the next day, which is September the 2nd. I'm like, okay, well, Marquis, you can have my car because you need to go to work. She said, okay, fine. We took the 4-year-old home. I got home. That was it. No situations. The next morning, my husband gets up, and he's like, wake up, somebody messed your car up. I'm like, well, what do you mean? He's like, oh, Jay just walked through our door, and she said she hit a parked vehicle. I'm like, okay. So Jay did a note. We did a promissory note with my husband's mother, and she stated that she would pay me by November 30th the total damages of the vehicle.
The mother signed.
The mother didn't sign. She had.
Okay.
She wrote a letter stating that the defendant was going to sign, stating that she was going to pay for the car by November 30th.
The mother wrote the letter.
Yes.
That the defendant daughter would pay.
Yes.
All right, you throwing the mother in there. All she did was draft it.
Yeah, she just drafted. I'm sorry.
It sounds like you're trying to ease her into the case.
No,
you're trying to sue everybody.
No, I'm not trying to sue everybody.
But there was never no letter signed or written up. Because where is it?
You want to respond to that? Do you have that evidence?
No, I do not have it.
What happened to it?
Me and the mother and the family do not talk, so I don't...
What do you keep bringing the mother in here for?
Well, I didn't get the paper from them. I never got the paper from the mother.
You better leave that mother alone. Come on up, sir. State your name.
My name is Donovan Cross.
What do you want to tell me?
I'm actually a witness to actually know that my mother did draft the letter, but nobody...
That's about who signed it.
It's just no letter.
All could have drafted it. It doesn't matter. It's about who signed it.
Well,
you all confusing me throwing your mother
signed
there.
A letter
I'm gonna get her in a minute.
Jana signed
I'm gonna rule against her, and she's not even in it. She's the one you're making a culprit of more than anybody. Come on, stay up, ma'am. I believe you done did something. They keep mentioning you. State your name.
Good afternoon, Judge Mathis. I'm Yvette McNeil. I am Donovan's mother, her mother-in-law. Marquis is my daughter, and this is my play daughter. I have no idea what letter she's talking about. Do you have a letter? Okay.
What a letter, sir?
No, there's no letter, sir. There's no...
What is your defense other than there's not a letter that has been signed?
It was never not told that she wasn't going to get her money. I can't give you something that I don't have. It got so personal for me and my family that when I did make a chance to make a payment to her, that I had to call her to verify that, hey, I sent you the money and I'm just not out here BSing with my money, you know, like I lost everything behind because she felt like she couldn't get her money when she felt like she deserved it. I can't give you something that I don't have.
How did you lose everything?
Like I went back to Texas with my family. Once my family found out what I had going on and that I sent money, not believing that I had really damaged the car, my family flipped, you know what I'm saying? Like they put me out. It didn't go as, you know, like my family being on my side, like, okay, you know, you're trying to get yourself together. It wasn't that way because they thought that I was just out here sending money and just kicking it, and that wasn't the case.
Okay. And why don't you think you should pay her now?
I don't think I should pay her now because it's boundaries to everything. It's levels to everything, and you can't get blood out of a turnip. I can't give you something that I don't have. I never once stated that I wasn't going to pay you. You can't call me at 3 o'clock in the morning or 2 o'clock in the morning because you've had a busy day and you feel like you want to talk about when I should pay you some money. I give it to you when I can. You know what I'm saying? And it would be times where I tell her, like, well, I'm going to give it to you, but if my living situation changes like it did when I was in Texas, I can't give you something that I don't have. So I just feel like, for me, you're going around telling people I stole your car, that you didn't give me permission to drive it, and
that's your counterclaim?
Yes.
The defamation of $1,000?
That she states that
you weren't driving it when it was...
No, I was driving it, but I had permission.
She gave you permission?
Yes, she gave me permission.
Ma'am?
The first day I did. The second day when she hit that, no, I never.
Pause. Time out. We had a whole conversation in our hotel because Marquis had to go back to work.
All right. What you're calling defamation, is that just among you all, or is it to a third party, internet, strangers?
Yes, it has been. It's been. Yeah. She told my oldest daughter the other day that Jay stole the car. Jay did not steal the car.
She also told a coworker of mine that she stole the car.
She told people at work. Jay had the keys. I saw the keys. I watched the accident. Well, I was there when the accident happened.
She walked into the house.
She walked back into my house. She said, Mom, I had an accident. I immediately said, go to Tizada and let her know what happened.
Ma'am?
Okay. I do have papers that say that it was a deadline for it as well. I also have paperwork stating that I did tell her that she stole the car because this is the situation. And I'm going to explain it to you the best way I can explain it to you. Say you have a daughter and you gave your daughter your car keys. You told her she could drive that car that day. That's fine. But if you turn around and take those keys again, then you consider stole that car because you never called me the next day telling me that you can take my car.
Okay, so how was I supposed to get to work?
Where did she get the keys the second day?
The keys were in hand of Marquis. My husband can vouch for that.
Okay.
I stood there with my 4-year-old son, and so she had liability of my 4-year-old son.
And how many people did you tell she stole it?
Nobody, except for the people that's standing right here. She called me, telling me all types of stuff that I've done to their family, done to everything. First of all, we live right around the corner from
I got it now. All right, ladies. What damage have you all suffered in your reputation?
Like,
among each other, you all think you're thieves, or you think she's a thief?
No,
what did it do? Your mother thinks you are a thief? You think your daughter's a thief?
Well, me.
Because if your own mom, because if your own mama think you're a thief, you're in bad shape.
I'm the daughter.
I'm the
That's your daughter-in-law, right?
No,
that's the daughter.
That's the daughter-in-law.
But you all aren't gonna get married?
No,
we're not significant others.
We're friends.
We have a close relationship.
Okay, they haven't done anything to damage your reputation intentionally. Your claim is dismissed. Yours is granted. She admits to owing. She said you can't get blood out of a turnip. When that blood comes, get it. All right? Have a good day.
Sir?
Donovan, son, are you going to let us see my grandson? Can I see my grandson?
What, your grandchildren?
Right now, I don't know my other grandson. When your grandfather, 93-year-old man, asked you to see his grandchildren...
When you learn how to respect my wife and my family, then
Donovan,
we can do that.
I don't have some...
Regardless, when you learn how to respect my wife, you don't come before my wife. You don't come before... I got it. Marquis, you cool? You call me.
Congratulations. Keep it moving.
Hey, all right.
So I'm just glad the judge knows, what's right is right.
It was never not that it wasn't right. It was never not that you weren't Tazada, that you were never gonna get your money, baby. I couldn't give you, and I still can't give you something
You can
that
buy
I didn't
fits
have.
on Facebook and get rooms for hotels. You can pay for your damages. What's right is what's right. What's wrong is wrong.
She was the one who was bragging
I don't care.
about it,
That's my
talking about
wife,
take
too.
care of take care of Marquis because she deserved it, this, that, and that. So that's what I did.
Well,
but at the end of the day, she never said. I never not once told her she wasn't gonna get her money. Period.
She
You
saved
pay
you
what
from
you
going to
owe.
jail, first of all.
You pay what you
could've
owe.
got in jail.